To achieve the grimy, dirty look of dystopian Los Angeles, director Ridley Scott shot the entirety of the movie Blade Runner through the hole of a glazed donut. All of Chris Hemsworth's space scenes in Avengers Infinity War were filmed on Earth to accommodate the actor's oxygen dependency. The Queen's Gambit is really great, and I'm also pretty sure it holds the record for love scene involving characters with the most different eyeball spacings. The social media website Facebook was inspired by Mark Zuckerberg watching Shrek and seeing Lord Farquaad's banner. In the movie Up, Russell has a round appearance. This is because he is obese. In Watchmen, the patterns on Rorschach's mask constantly shift around and show various images of my parents fighting. This scene in Toy Story was filmed in this portion of the sky over 25 years ago. In Zack Snyder's Justice League, Barry Allen breaks a window by merely touching it. This is because Windows no longer supports Flash. Okay, that's pretty good. In The Batman, Robert Pattinson's Batman says, "I'm vengeance." This is a reference to how he has poor short-term memory and forgot he was calling himself Batman. In Bohemian Rhapsody, Rami Malek was wearing fake teeth because letting him wear Freddie Mercury's real teeth would have been unethical and really messed up. The fridge in Marriage Story is the exact same model of fridge that I have in my house. In Pixar's Up, Carl and Ellie break into their Paradise Falls savings jar in order to pay for Carl's hospital bill. This is actually a clever reference to the fact that the American healthcare system is literal garbage. Despite receiving praise from both critics and viewers alike, the Get trilogy is still considered by most as the most confusing trilogy in cinematic history. In The Great Dictator, Charlie Chaplin used 2X instead of swastika to avoid getting demonetized on YouTube. In Batman vs. Superman, in order to defeat a god who has super strength, laser eyes, and can fly, Bruce Wayne does pull-ups. In Game of Thrones Season 8, Daenerys' last words are, "We break the wheel together," which spelled backwards says, "Retagot lewu et kareb u," which doesn't make sense, just like the rest of Season 8. This is the Suicide Squad. Notice how Jeffrey Epstein isn't part of the group. A Planet of the Apes plot hole. It is never explained how or why the Statue of Liberty was transported from Earth to the Planet of the Apes. Donald Trump is the only cast member from Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, to have been permanently banned from Twitter. At the end of Ratatouille, the food critic Anton Ego ends up funding a small bistro for Remy to cook in. The average lifespan for a rat, i.e. the head chef, is 1.8 years. This is an absolute shit investment. In Iron Man is green, because I'm colorblind. The movie Lincoln grossed over $275 million in movie theaters, which is ironic, since historically, Lincoln doesn't do too well in theaters. Oh, that's good. In I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, uncredited Jack Black plays a stoner. That's it. No one is really sure why he is here. In 127 Hours, James Franco is seen cutting off his arm to free himself from a boulder, although in real life James kept his arm. This is because James Franco is a coward who can't commit to a role. In Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, Captain Jack Sparrow attempts to pull the Black Pearl all by himself. This is symbolic of Johnny Depp carrying the whole weight of the franchise on his shoulders and was worn out by the time Dead Men Tell No Tales went into production. In Spider-Man No Way Home, Aunt May asks Dr. Octopus if he wants fresh or salt water. This is a nod to the fact that MCU fans are dumb and will laugh at jokes like this. And don't get me started about the boner joke. In Breaking Bad, Walt Jr. has trouble hitting the brakes. He is breaking bad. In Batman Returns, Michael Keaton's eyes spontaneously loses its black makeup. Audiences' acceptance of it made Warner Brothers believe that they would accept anything on the screen, hence why we would receive Batman and Robin 5 years later. In Doctor Strange, Wong doesn't find any of Strange's jokes to be funny. At the end of the film, Strange makes a bad joke, and Wong laughs. This is now because Doctor Strange is his boss. At 1 minute and 17 seconds in the new It trailer, a Lego model with lime parts is dropped. 2x2 slopes in lime weren't released until 2010. It is set in 1989. In the movie Don't Look Up, Leonardo DiCaprio is shown married to a woman who's in her mid-40s. This confirms that the movie is sci-fi, because it's impossible for DiCaprio to be with a woman if she's over 25. Holy facts. In The Batman, Bruce's eyes twitch when he sees sunlight for the first time in a long time. This implies that Batman is a redditor. The Lion King, 1994, correctly predicted the entire plot for The Lion King in 2019. In The Empire Strikes Back, Luke's lightsaber activates immediately, alluding to the fact that he is young and can get an immediate erection. Conversely, Darth Vader's lightsaber takes longer to ignite, as he is old and has erectile dysfunction. Pushing the limits of the technology, the Obi-Wan limited series on Disney Plus will feature an even further de-aged Mark Hamill. In The Batman, when Batman takes off his mask, he becomes Raccoon Man. Joaquin Phoenix chose the outfit himself for this scene to pay homage to his all-time favorite movie star, McLovin. In Men in Black, Will Smith points to the flashlight to signify shit, I forget why. In The Fate of the Furious, Dwayne Johnson says that rubber bullets were a mistake. This is because the guards should have used paper bullets instead to defeat The Rock. It's good. I can't lie, it's good. In Arrival, Amy Adams tries her best to convince the aliens she is not the imposter. In Moon Knight, Oscar Isaac is portraying many characters. This is because Marvel spent all their budget on the cast of Spider-Man No Way Home and now need to save money. Disney's newly released film, Turning Red, is a work of fiction. This is made obvious when the main character, May, not only heals several years of generational trauma, but also has a healthy relationship with their mum. I haven't talked to my mother in several years. The reason why the dad in Pixar's Luca only has one arm is because, considering that the movie is set in Italy in 1950, Disney needed an in-universe reason as to why he didn't fight for Benito Mussolini in World War II. Vin Diesel's full name, Vehicle Identification Number Diesel, was the sole determining factor in his original casting for the Fast and Furious franchise. In The Matrix, Neo sees the same exact cat in the same exact spot twice. This is because, even in The Matrix, you can't escape seeing riposts. Tom Holland confirmed in a recent interview that the Green Goblin wasn't originally going to be in No Way Home, saying, "Willem Dafoe just showed up on set one day and started beating the shit out of me, and John Watts kept filming it. I've had nightmares since." During the filming of Jurassic Park, T-Rex was known to sweat profusely, as it was his first major role in 55 million years. In Wonder Woman 1984, you don't actually have to watch the first 1,983 Wonder Woman movies to understand the plot. In Spectre, James Bond says, "I won't be long." This is correct, as Bond remains at a normal size throughout the film. In Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, Dark Rey hisses at Rey and her teeth turn into fangs. I wish I was joking, but this actually happens in the movie. In Wonder Woman 1984, Steve is amazed by an escalator, despite them being commonly used in stores by the time he died in 1918. This is a reference to how bad the script is. Also in Wonder Woman, Diana is able to get to London from her remote island in only a day because she is an Amazon, and therefore qualifies for next-day shipping. The film 1917, filmed in 2019, is claimed to have been a one-shot movie. This is impossible, as there were way too many guns fired. In Black Widow, a BMW is shown to have functioning turn signals. This is to show that the movie is fictional and not based on a true story. In Dark Phoenix, it's explained that Quicksilver doesn't actually move fast, but rather slows down time around him. What I just said might be true, might not. You wouldn't know. You didn't watch the movie. Neither did I. In The Matrix, a kid tells Neo he has to realize there is no spoon. However, if you look closely, you can notice there is a spoon in the scene. In Dark Phoenix, Charles Xavier made his students wear an X on their chests so that the enemy would aim at them instead of him. Okay, great. Actors in black and white movies were often putting their lives in danger during driving scenes, as they weren't able to tell if the traffic light was red or green. The dump truck from Cars 2 previously made an appearance in The Incredibles. In Star Wars Episode 9, Kylo Ren receives a trumpet from Black Widow? Wait, what the fuck am I watching? The final level of Black Panther requires no inputs from the player. This is because it is actually a movie, not a video game, despite the visuals suggesting otherwise. I'm Joker, 2019. Nobody laughs at Arthur's jokes. This is because he never says bazinga, so the audience knows when to laugh.